Everyone knows about Noah's Ark, right? A large boat that God built with Noah to save him, his family, and 2 animals of every kind from a great flood. Many believe that the ark is still out there somewhere and that one day it will be found. But where could it possibly be? And how could we even go about looking for it? What would it take? Would it be worth the effort? Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Here today, we look at some of the most credible claims of the discovery of Noah's Ark, and whether science can help us find it once and for all. So let's jump into it. Noah's Ark is mentioned in many different religious texts, including the Bible and the Quran. In fact, the Great Flood is said to have taken place around 4,000 years ago. This would mean that the Ark, if it really did exist, has been lost for almost half of human history. When someone thinks of an ark, they usually imagine a wooden ship made by humans. However, according to the Bible, God himself made the ark out of gopher wood. He then gave Noah instructions on how to build it and what dimensions it should have. It was to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. Now, a cubit is an ancient unit of measurement equal to the length of a forearm plus hand. We don't know exactly how long a cubit was, but it's believed to be between 18 and 22 inches. If we take the average of these measurements and multiply them, we get a total volume of about 450,000 cubic meters. That's roughly the size of 20 Olympic swimming pools. A lot of people claim to have found the ark over the years, but sadly, none of these claims can be substantiated. With modern technology, however, we are in a much better position than those who came before us. Satellites can now scan the ground for abnormalities, which could indicate the presence of something huge buried underneath. Satellites can also peer through the ground, allowing researchers to see inside without even digging. And with computer-generated imagery, scientists can make 3-dimensional models of any site they choose. In 2017, researchers began examining a mountain called Judy in the northern part of Iraq. Mountains are obviously not boats, so why would anyone think that the ark might be here? Well, according to the Bible, the ark eventually came to rest on the mountains of Ararat after the waters of the flood receded. There is also an old Armenian tradition that says that the ark can be found on Mount Ararat. Since these mountains are close by, it makes sense that they would be the final resting place of the ark. The team used 2 methods to search for the ark. First, they took samples of the soil and rocks from the mountain and sent them to a lab to determine their ages. They also had satellite images taken. One of these images showed an oddly shaped object that seemed to be covered in ice. The team climbed to the site of this strange object, but when they got there, they realized that the image was most likely just a trick of the light. No ark was found here. The team did, however, find something else. Their instruments revealed that some of the rocks were at least 6,000 years old, which would fit perfectly with the time frame of the Great Flood. Another man named Ron Wyatt also searched for the ark on Mount Ararat. Back in 1997, he claimed to have found the ark, but he never actually set eyes on it. He simply discovered a series of dark openings in the ice that he believed could be entrances to the ark. Wyatt wanted to prove his theory, so he brought along some equipment that could measure temperature and radiation levels. Wyatt noticed that the temperature readings were lower and the radiation levels were higher near the openings. He thought that maybe if he drilled through the ice, he would find air pockets, or perhaps even some sort of chamber beneath the surface. Wyatt and his team melted through the ice and discovered that there was indeed a cavity underneath. To their disappointment, though, it wasn't the ark. Instead, it seemed to be a cavern that had been created by a natural process. As technology improves, so does our ability to scan the Earth's surface. Recently, researchers looked at a region of Turkey using radar. They identified a large area that may contain a ship-like structure. Some parts of the structure seem to be regular in shape, but other parts appear to be damaged. Researchers say it could be anything from a natural phenomenon to a man-made object. More work is needed to tell. In 2021, another group of researchers decided to search for the ark on the eastern side of Mount Ararat. They scanned the area using ground-penetrating radar. They found a mysterious void that was 50 meters long and 10 meters wide. It appeared to have a hole at one end, too, which resembled a hatch. The researchers claimed that they had discovered the true location of the ark, but they haven't shared any more information since their initial announcement. So the world is left wondering whether or not they have, or if it was just another false alarm. Another possible site for the ark is on the Black Sea coast of Georgia. Locals have long believed that there is an enormous dark structure floating beneath the waves. It's said to be twice the length of the Titanic, but no one has ever been able to explore it because it's far below the surface. Perhaps one day new technology will allow us to study it up close. Some people argue that the Ark didn't really exist though. They say the story was based on real events, but Noah probably sailed on a normal boat and it wasn't guided by divine power. Regardless of whether or not the Ark really existed, it's clear that many people believe it did. It's also clear that technology is improving all the time and that sooner or later we will have answers. So what do you think? Do you believe that Noah's Ark is out there somewhere? Let us know in the comments below. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy learning about biblical mysteries. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button to show your support. We'd also like to take this opportunity to invite you to subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you'll be the first to know when we upload a new video. Thanks again for watching. We hope you have a wonderful day, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Before we wrap up, we want to give a big shout out to our supporters. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to us. We'd also like to take this moment to thank you for watching our videos. We know there are so many other things you could be doing with your time, but you chose to spend it with us. We're so grateful for that. If you're not yet a subscriber, we hope you consider subscribing. We'd love to have you join our community. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in our next video. We understand that some people might need a little more convincing before they're ready to subscribe, and that's totally okay. We respect your decision. However, if you're on the fence and you're not sure if you want to commit to subscribing just yet, we encourage you to at least consider it. Subscribing doesn't mean you have to watch every single one of our videos. You can always come back and check out new videos whenever you have free time. We're not going to spam your feed with constant notifications. We only want to reach out to you when we have a video that we think you'll really enjoy. Basically, we just want to be on your radar in case you're ever looking for a new channel to watch. Again, we totally respect your decision either way. Just wanted to give you a little more information so you feel comfortable with whatever you choose to do. Thanks again for watching, and we hope to see you in our next video.